Good morning, dear students. Now here is one more topic, that is relation between equilibrium constant of acid and equilibrium constant of base, that is Ka and Kb. K represents the strength of an acid and Kb represents the strength of a base, that is how far the reaction of the solution is acidic and how far it is basic. The values of Ka and Kb products to Kw. That means when we are getting the value of Ka, strength of acid, and value of Kb, that is strength of base, and if the product of Ka and Kb is taken, then its products comes to Kw, and Kw stands for ionic product of water, equilibrium constant ionic product of water. And we know what is water in the ionization form. H2O when electrolyzed, it is ionized as H plus and OH minus. So, in case of conjugate acid-base pair, on knowing the value of one, other can be deduced. Let us see how it is possible. Here is the dissociation of NH4 plus to NH3, ammonium ion to ammonia. Ammonium ion NH4 plus when undergoes the hydrolysis, that is reacts with water. The reaction is called hydrolysis reaction. When it undergoes reaction with water, then H2O is ionized as H plus and OH minus. Now here H2O, instead of getting H2O ionized, first the NH4 plus is ionized and H is given to H2O where it exists as H3O plus, and this will be ammonia NH3. Now NH3 when reacts with water, NH3 plus H2O, it will again give ammonium ion plus OH minus. Now if we see here what has happened, oxidation and reduction has taken place, right? So what happened here? Let us now find out the net reaction among them. So this NH3, this NH3, this NH4 plus, this NH4 plus will be overall hydrolyzed, and we have now H2O, H2O, that is 2 moles of H2O, 2 molecules of water will give us H3O plus OH minus. This is the net reaction. When we are undergoing the addition of the reactions, it gives us the net reaction, that is the ionic product of the water. We can say this H3O plus OH minus. It is the value of Kw, right? Now on the other hand, if we know the ionization strength of acid at the equilibrium, then Ka for this reaction will be H3O plus NH3 upon NH4 plus H2O liquid form. The concentration of the water remains same, so need not to be taken as a value in the denominator. And for Kb, NH4 plus into OH minus upon NH3. The value given for this equation of Ka is 5.6 into 10 raised to minus 5.6 into 10 raised to minus 10, and for Kb it is 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5. Now putting this value of Ka and Kb in the formula Kw, ionic product of water, that is H3O plus OH minus, H3O plus OH minus. Here water is in liquid form, so need not to be taken as denominator, and we know the ionic product value is 1 into 10 raised to minus 14 molar. So let us see here that this is the addition of the given reactions which has existed as ionic product form H3O plus OH minus. Kw is equal to Ka into Kb, right? Now Ka into Kb, what is the value for Ka into Kb? Ka, this is H3O plus NH3 upon NH4 plus Kb multiplied by NH4 plus OH minus upon NH3. So you can see NH3 and NH4 plus can be cancelled. So Ka into Kb will be H3O plus OH minus, that is Kw. So both the way, addition of the reactions and multiplication of Ka and Kb, both will give us ionic product H3O plus OH minus. Putting the value 5.6 into 10 raised to minus 10 multiplied by 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5, we have 10.08 into 10 raised to minus 15. Giving the simplified scientific notation, it is 1.008 into 10 raised to minus 14 molar, right, which is the ionic product of the water. So from this to exemplify of the dissociation of ammonium ion to ammonia in the hydrolysis reaction, we can say that the equilibrium constant for net reaction obtained after adding two or more reaction equals the product of the equilibrium constant for individual reactions, that is for Ka, Kb, if still more reactions with acidic form or basic form, and if we consider it as K1, K2, K3, K4, then multiplication of individual strength and addition of the reactions are equal. The equilibrium constant for a net reaction obtained after adding two or more reactions. So here it is addition. It equals, how it equals? It equals the product of the equilibrium constant. It equals the product of the equilibrium constants, and thus K net is equal to K1 into K2 up to the number of reactions. Let us say this is the first reaction. If it is conjugate acid base pair, then ionic product of that particular reaction will give us Kw equals Ka into Kb. So from this second equation we can say that if any one of the value we know, either Ka or Kb, the another can be reduced, because we know ionic product of water stands 1 into 10 raised to minus 14. So if I know Ka, I can calculate Kb, Kw by Ka, or if I know Kb, I can calculate Ka, that is Kw by Kb. If negative logarithm is taken on both the sides, if we are considering negative logarithm on both the sides, because here we are measuring Ka and Kb as equilibrium constant for acid and base, and if the power of hydrogen is to be considered as acid, then it is pH. So here if we want to consider the power of acid and power of base, then if we multiply both of left hand and right hand side by negative sign, then it will give us the power of equilibrium constant of conjugate acid and conjugate base, which is related by the equation power of Kw is equal to power of Ka plus power of Kb, and addition of power of Ka plus power of Kb is equal to 14, which is the power of ionized form of water, that is H plus and OH minus at regular room temperature, the Kelvin form, that is 298 Kelvin. Here is one more topic. It is about hydrolysis of salts. In the previous topic we have seen hydrolysis of acid and base. That means when they react with water, they undergo the reaction which is hydrolysis. Now here we will see the hydrolysis of salts and the pH of their solution. On ionization of acids and bases in water, salts are formed. We know that the neutralization reaction takes place when acid and base reacts with each other and a formation of salts takes place. In other words, we can say this also, that ionization of acids and bases in water. That means when acid is reacted with water, ionization takes place of H plus from the acid, and when base is reacted in the water, OH minus from the base is ionized, and thus the formation of the salt takes place. Salt ionization into cations and anions as hydrated ions in aqueous solution. How salt ionizes? If I say salt, NaCl is a salt. Now when it is in aqueous medium, it separates into cation Na plus and Cl minus anion. We can say that these are the hydrated ions. Or we can say that the interaction of salt with water takes place and it reforms the corresponding acids and bases. Because when we say NaCl is a salt, it is because of the reaction of acid HCl and base NaOH. So interaction of this cation and anion with water can reform back into the respective acid and base. So this is how we can say that salt is because of the ionization of acid and base into water, and the reformation of acid and base from salt is again because of the ionization of salt into the aqueous medium, that is in the hydrated form. Thus, the process of interaction between water and cation anion, or both that means either water and cation, either water and anion, or water and cation anion both of salts is called the hydrolysis. As in the previous topic, as I told, that reaction with the water to give ionization form is hydrolysis reaction. Here is the same thing. The process of interaction between water and cation, or water and anion, or water and cation anion both of the salts is called hydrolysis. Because of such interaction, the pH of solution gets affected, and as the ionization takes place because of the hydrolysis reaction, the difference in the pH is also observed. That is, the value of hydrogen potentiality is affected. The cations Na plus, K plus, Ca plus, Ba plus 2, they are considered as the strong bases, whereas Cl minus, Br minus, NO3 minus, ClO4 minus, they are the strong acids, because they contains hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid, nitric acid, hypochloric acid, and because of them they are in the negative ionization and these are in the positive ionization. And when the strong bases and strong acids gets hydrated because of the water, they will not be hydrolyzed because they are already in the hydrated form. That means they are reacting with the water, but they will not undergo hydrolyzation. That means further ionization is not taking place. Thus, the salt solution formed by hydration of acids and bases, so pH equals 7, that is neutral salt, because both acids and base are strong and will get hydrated but will not allow each other to under ionization or dissociation for hydrolysis. That means they react with water, but further ionization will not take place. But on the other hand, hydrolysis of following category undergoes as follow, and that is when strong acid and strong base undergo the reaction, they ionize to give the salt which is neutral. Example of neutral salt is NaCl. I have given one example of it. Weak acid, weak base will give again a neutral salt. The example is CH3COO NH4, that is ammonium acetate. Strong acid, weak base will give acidic salt, that is NH4Cl. Weak acid and strong base will give basic salt, that is sodium acetate, CH3COO Na. Now CH3COO Na basic salt, this is the basic salt, and NH4Cl, it is the acidic salt. When still they undergo the hydrolysis, that means still if they are reacting, they are in the salt form. Now if they are reacting with the water, then what happens? They will undergo the hydrolysis reactions. And we can see here how they are going to hydrolyze. CH3COONA, that is the basic salt, first gets ionized into CH3COO minus and Na plus. When this CH3COO minus is reacting with the water, that is hydrolysis is taking place, it will now again reform back into acidic form. CH3COOH, H will be given to the acetate ion and OH minus is separated. Thus it is basic salt. And in NH4Cl, NH4 plus and Cl minus get separated. NH4 plus again react with water and undergo the hydrolysis reaction, where it gives NH4OH and H plus is separated. So it is acidic salt. Here what happens? CH3COOH, being a weak acid, remains constant. Its concentration will remain constant, but OH minus, its ion, keeps on increasing with the reaction taking place further. And due to this, their pH value will increase, will be greater than 7, and so we can say that the solution will become alkaline, greater than 7, basic. And here NH4OH will remain, being weak acid, will not undergo any dissociation furthermore, right? Because weak acid, weak base will not undergo dissociation, or if they go, they will undergo a partial dissociation. Then increase of H plus ion will take place in the solution, and the solution will be here acidic. How acidic? Because H plus ion increases. With the increase in the H plus ion, the pH value will be less than 7. Less than 7, that means the solution will be acidic. But what about the neutral salt? This was the example of basic salt and acidic salt. But if we take an example of this neutral salt, right? So CH3COONH4, let us consider a neutral salt. The neutral salt will remain partially dissociated. How it remains partially dissociated? Let us see. CH3COONH4 will get first ionized into negative acetate and ammonium ion positive. Now this negative acetate ion and positive ammonium ion are given reaction with the water. Then CH3COOH plus NH4OH, we can see this H2O undergoes the ionization and H will be given to acetate ion, it will be acid, and OH will be given to ammonium ion and it will be ammonium hydroxide. This CH3COOH, if ionized, then it will be again CH3COO minus H plus, NH4OH to NH4 plus OH minus, H2O to H plus and OH minus. So here you see H plus and OH minus separated, which is again hydrolyzation of the water. Thus, the pH of such solution, which is partially dissociating, is based on the power of the equilibrium constant of respective basic or acidic salt or even neutral salt, and that value will be half of the given value of the pH, because here the partial dissociation will take place. If it is complete dissociation, then the ionization is considered to be complete as per the hydrolysis reaction of water. That is, it will be 10 raised to minus 14. So we are considering 14 as the total of pH and pOH. But here partial dissociation, it means half of the dissociation takes place. So the value for the pH from pKa and pKb, that is of acid and base, we will have pH is equal to 7 plus half of pKa minus pKb. 7 half of the 14, and here also pK value partial dissociation, so half of it. Now here, what is the thing? See here, if pH is greater than 7, when it is possible, if the difference of pKa minus pKb is positive, and if difference of pKa minus pKb in the formula, it is negative, then the pH can be less than 7. And this is one of the numerical, that is the pKa of acetic acid and pKb of ammonium hydroxide is given 4.76 and 4.75 respectively. Calculate the pH of ammonium acetate, and the solution is here. pH equals to 7 plus half of pKa minus pKb, 4.76 minus 4.75, it will be 0.01. The difference is positive, pH will be greater than 7, it is 7.005. Very negligible greater value is there, but then also it is 7.005. So this is how we are able to calculate the pH of the partially dissociating conjugate acid as well as conjugate base. Thank you.